One weird issue that I noticed on this 2008 Infiniti EX35 is that these two buttons, the last two, the mode and recirculate button, when you press it, it doesn't go back up. Unlike the other buttons, see? I had to use a pick tool to raise it up, otherwise it would be continuously pressing the buttons. See? Let's figure out why. Hello and welcome to How to Helen. In this episode, as you saw on the intro, we're going to try to figure out why these two buttons is not raising up on this 2008 Infiniti EX35. So when you press them, they're completely down. And like I said, I have to use a pick tool to raise it up so that it doesn't continuously press itself. So before buying a replacement part or replacement unit, we're going to try to dismantle this part so we can figure out if something's blocking it. The first thing is we need to remove the shifter panel on the bottom. Start by pulling down the sleeve on the shifter knob. Then take out the pin that holds the shifter in place. Be careful not to lose this because sometimes this springs out. Next, we gotta take this bottom panel. I'm gonna use a pick tool to get into the corner to raise it up just a little bit. Now be careful not to chip your panel. Or just use plastic panel remover to raise it up. Alright, with this raised up a bit, start your car so you can shift your lever and pull it completely out. Take out your shifter knob, then take out this side of the panel. Now put it back in, park, turn off your vehicle. And there's two screws holding this console in place. So use your screwdriver to remove these two screws. Oh no, I forgot to bring a screwdriver, so give me a second. So with the shifter panel out, let's remove the two screws that's holding the AC controls. One. And two. With the screw out, we should be able to pull down the whole AC controls and radio unit. Now take out the two or three connectors at the back. One, two. This one's a little harder. Three. Alright, this one is in between this circuit board, so we gotta take out the board first before we can take that out. Alright, let me figure this out first.
2 hours later.
Alright, something weird happened. After taking out the outer screws, I said I was gonna try to figure out how to remove the circuit board and separate it from the front controls. But when I flipped back and just tested the buttons, it started to work. So maybe it was just too tight when the screws were on, and maybe the plastic needed to expand. So now that it's loosened up or the other screws are gone, the plastic is able to move. So let me put them back on and see what happens. Okay, I put back the outer screws. Even with the outer screws on, the buttons are working fine now. Maybe it was just a plastic expanding and the screws were too tight and it didn't allow it to expand. So it's working now. So let me put everything back together. I'll put everything back in the reverse order that we removed them, and let's see the results. So here's what's interesting that I figured out. The buttons are working right now, right? But as soon as I tighten the bottom screws, they get stuck again. This one in particular. And if I loosen it, look, it will pop out. Ta-da! So it looks like this part, when it's getting tightened, it pushes in the screws or the buttons and it gets stuck. So I guess my solution is not to tighten this screw too much, otherwise it's gonna get stuck again. See, if I tighten it again, there, it's stuck again. If I loosen it up, gonna loosen it slowly so you see. Ta-da! So don't over tighten the bottom screws. Very interesting. Alright, I'm gonna close the video here so I can share this video sooner with everyone else. So that is how to fix or remedy sticking buttons on a 2008 Infiniti EX35. This has been another episode of How to Helen. My name's RJeff. Hopefully this video helps others out there, and thank you for watching.